like a shockwave. It's fight or flight. The town that dreaded sundown. You can run, you can't hide. The town that dreaded sundown. You can run, you can't hide. Standing next to you, the beasts are closing in. What should we even do, living in this house of sin? The town that dreaded sundown. You can run, you can't hide. The town that dreaded sundown. You can run, you can't hide.
All right, cool. This is my first live stream in forever, and it's my first live stream here at the new house, the new studio. So I'm very excited for this to kind of start being a more regular thing. I definitely want to begin streaming on a more consistent basis for sure. I know that a while back I was like, yeah, every Tuesday I'm going to stream, and then that just never happened. I think I'm just going to stick to not having a consistent streaming schedule for now. Once I start to be more established, I think I might. But as it is right now, I want to try at least once a week, bare minimum. But we'll see what happens. Zeth, driving home, man. Drive safe, dude. That's a long drive for you. All right. So let's talk Gfest since it was crazy. I'm going to have a vlog out on the channel. I don't know why I'm so purple. Hold on. There we go. All right. This is going to be it's getting there. It's getting there. So yeah, first off, I guess I should say this. As Nuclear Goji edits says, yeah, this is a completely different setup. I now have a dedicated room for streaming, for content creation. I'm not going to flip the webcam around since it took me forever to get this figured out. But my DSLR is right there. It's right above my webcam. So that's going to be really easy to just shoot stuff as is. If you've seen my warning from space video, that's what my videos are going to look like, just with the background a little bit less messy. I've got kind of like a shelf there for my Godzillas, so you can kind of see my Jiris there. I've got like an Ultraman Leo, King Kong. I'll do a tour eventually for channel members. But yeah, this is going to be the setup. I want to have a whole collage for my background there. We've got a Godzilla versus King Ghidorah poster, and then some wonderful fan art there that I got at Gfest. Absolutely incredible. It'll be in the vlog. Means the absolute world, seriously. We'll get into it. But yeah, this is going to be all decorated when the time comes. I'd like also for that wall to be decorated. And obviously all the boxes are going to be moved out of the background for sure. This is just temporary as is. I got to work. So let's get into, first off, what I got. I think I'm not going to show off everything just yet. That's what the vlog is going to be for. But here's what I got so far. This is a issue from October 1976 of Famous Monsters of Filmland. This is about Future World. There's a really great interview in here, I believe with Yul Brynner. It's awesome. I love it. It's so cool. I want to scan this and have some of these assets that are in here, just photocopy it. It's great stuff. Gfest vlog video, I'm hoping to have it out at the very latest Friday, but I think Wednesday is more realistic. This one's going to be a lot longer than the previous ones. It might be anywhere from an hour to maybe 2 hours. I mean, like, we filmed so much content for this one. I was there the whole weekend. So there's a lot. I got to meet some really awesome creators. I met Lukey MC. I met Goji Guy. I mean, it's been wonderful. So staying on track though, this was the one of the coolest purchases that I got. Not Godzilla related, but that's okay. Let's see that. There we go. I got this box set. I've always wanted this. I saw this at Walmart when I was a little kid. Never got my hands on it. And I know this is all just public domain stuff, like Gamera the Invincibles on there. Let's see, Attack of the Monsters from 1969, The Atomic Brain, The Astral Factor, Assignment Outer Space, Phantom Planet, Phantom from Space, Moon of the Wolf. Like, there's so much random stuff on here. I dig it though. I have another one of these where it's got Lon Chaney on the front and it's more just horror based. So either way, it's kind of cool. Bride of the Gorilla with Raymond Burr. Blood Tide from 1982 with James Earl Jones. So in general, like these are pretty cool movies in here. Mixed bag, but pretty cool. We've got some more horror Blu-rays. Play Misty for Me, the Clint Eastwood directorial debut. Amazing thriller. I really want to do a video on this on the channel. And then Arrow Video release of The Stuff, which is a really fun 80s movie. So really dig these. And then if you ran into me at Gfest, I probably told you that I'm looking for what I would call the centerpiece of my collection. A Godzilla figure that is so cool and unique and awesome that it has to be kind of like in the middle of everything, right? I think I got it. I picked up the X Plus Godzilla 1984 figure. This thing is huge. It is amazing. I'm not going to unbox it just yet, but I have taken a look at it. It's really cool. So I love this one. This is the Cybot version, I believe. So it is based on that giant animatronic that was made for this movie. And it was like the second to last one that I was able to get before they were all gone. And I had a choice between this one or the 1989 Godzilla. I ultimately went with this guy just because, as much as I have my issues with this suit design, I don't know. It's the Cybot version. It's cool. It looks awesome. I love it. So I'll be putting this guy up on the shelf behind me there. All right. I saw someone in chat ask if I saw -1. Yeah, Epic Toy Stories 5048 asked if I saw -1 at the Pickwick. I did not. I saw -1 very recently, and if I'm being honest, it's a great movie. I don't know if I want to see it in a theater full of Godzilla fans. I was really worried that it would be kind of loud and boisterous. I did see GMK, and that was at a packed, sold out screening. It was really, really cool. The crowd wasn't obnoxious. I thought they'd be obnoxious. And to be honest with you, I mean, I fell asleep in GMK. I was so exhausted from Friday. I fell asleep. It was kind of at the first act, right when it's just kind of human drama. I love that movie. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, it's I've seen the movie before. I needed some shut eye. I kind of put my head back in the recliner, and then I'm like, okay, this is nice. And I'm like, I'm gonna take my glasses off, and I took my glasses off, and then I'm sitting there, and I'm like, I'm gonna close my eyes. I close my eyes, and then next thing I know, 20 minutes has passed by. So if you can't tell right now, too, I'm very tired as well. This was sort of I'm gonna film this and see what happens. So, or stream this and see what happens. All right, let's read chat for a bit here. So, yeah, Luke EMC was really awesome. Super chill, dude. Very, very nice. Yeah, awesome, dude. You were there since 3 a.m. waiting. What my wonder I was your dealer room plan did you get for G Fest? I don't know. Usually with the dealer's room, I just kind of run in there and see what there is. I don't know. I just kind of wing it. I don't really plan stuff out with G Fest. Maybe I should. I was really hoping to go to that Godzilla versus Gene Kelly panel, but oh well. Let's see. Jordan B18 says, first time watching one of your streams, but I've been binge watching your Godzilla retrospective videos lately. Great stuff and love the content. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. Let's see here. No, I didn't go to the -1 at the Pickwick. Yeah, a lot of the X Plus were very expensive. This one was not. I got a pretty good deal on it. I'll talk about it in the vlog, but let's see. It was the new Bandai 2002 Fire Rodan figure and the new Space Godzilla figure. I saw the new Space Godzilla figure. I almost picked it up. I saw one for 35 bucks, and I was just like, maybe next year, maybe later. I don't know, but I passed on the Space Godzilla figure. Uh, yeah, Godzilla -1 is a fantastic movie. It's just, I'd seen it and I saw it 7 times in theaters. I just, you know, I don't know. At a certain point, I was just kind of like, it's all right. It's a great movie. Great movie. I just passed on it. I wanted to get some sleep that night. So, but overall, G Fest was very fun. I loved meeting everybody. That was the coolest thing in the world. Um, just an awesome, awesome experience. Getting that fan art back there, really cool. So I had an amazing time. It was great. Yeah, no, I love -1. -0, I saw the teaser. I thought it was pretty cool. Don't really have much else to say. I'm not really a trailer reaction kind of guy. I think I mentioned that a while back that it's difficult for me to do that since most of the time when a teaser comes out, I'm at work and I'll typically just wait until my lunch break and film it whenever I can. So, or watch it whenever I can. Sorry, I'm so tired, you guys. I got home from G Fest, so here's how my weekend kind of went. We got there Friday at about 9 a.m. John, who's the drummer in my band, he was with me the whole weekend, and we were kind of just roaming, looking around. Eventually, at around 2 p.m., Zeth from J&Z Productions, he joined up with us. So cool meeting him in person. I mean, we hung out the whole weekend. Just a awesome dude, seriously. So he's in a lot of the vlog. Actually, he's in the majority of the vlog. And then Saturday was kind of Zeth's day since he had gotten there later on Friday. And then we spent all of Sunday kind of just doing the dealer's room stuff and just kind of getting our last couple deals. And then we went over to Gurney Mills, which is a mall that's about 35 minutes north of G Fest, and went to Rainforest Cafe. We went all over the place. I mean, um, yeah, I don't know. It was really cool. I got some movies as well from Gurney Mills, and I got home probably around 5. I mowed my lawn, took a shower, and then now I'm streaming for you guys. So yeah, let's see here. Let's read chat. When I was walking my friends to the other hotel, I saw you come out of the elevator, and Loki was amazing. Really nice meeting you. Yeah, dude, that's awesome. Did you go up to the second floor? Because on the second floor there was a bunch of like Godzilla stuff for sale. That's where I got some posters. I don't have them here right now, but I got a Godzilla 54 poster, GMK, and Godzilla versus Destroya poster. So it was really really cheap. Like Zeth got Haya battle damaged 1991 Ghidorah figure, and that thing looked really cool. He got a really good deal on that one. So I mean, hey, that hotel though where I got to meet you, that was really cool. Didn't expect so many people would know who I was. It was it was actually kind of cool. Yeah, I am very tall. Yeah, I'm probably I am 6'8", and I just towered over everybody. It was kind of funny. That was the big reaction I think that I got from a lot of people is they didn't realize how tall I was. But yeah, I'm 6'8". It's a blessing and a curse at times, for sure. The pricing was very good. Let's see here. Yeah, great time seeing the GMK at the Pickwick. It was a great screening. It was an awesome screening. But yeah, it was. I mean, I've never seen that movie before in a theater, so that was a really cool experience. I didn't really know what to expect. I don't know. I'm not really someone who likes seeing Godzilla movies with subtitles, but I'll take it for that experience. It was definitely worth it. Absolutely. But yeah, no, this was a really cool convention this year. I think I had more fun this year than I did last year. I don't know if I'm going to stay the whole weekend next year, though. That's sort of something I'm debating with myself at the minute. Not to get too negative or anything, but I do wish that the convention space was much bigger. That was the only thing where, like with the dealer's room, there was a really long line. Oh, there was a really long line to get into the dealer's room, and it was like Disney World, man. It was pretty crazy. So, and then even when you get into the dealer's room, you're shoulder to shoulder with people, and I'm kind of just stuck. Like, oh boy, it's that was the big thing where this was very cramped. I mean, Saturday sold out. That was I think they had the best attendance ever. So, do you think they should move the dealer's room to the big convention building right next to the Hyatt? Absolutely, that's where they should move. They should move all of Gfest to that building. That might be a hot take. I don't know, but it really seemed like a lot of the panels were sort of just pushed to the side, and everything was just sort of all over the place this year. It was difficult to find what you were looking for. That's just my opinion, not a diss at Gfest by any means, but it was very hectic this year, and I think it's only going to get more busy with Godzilla Minus Zero and Godzilla X Kong Supernova coming out. Like next year's going to be even more packed. I just I don't know what they're going to do, and I hope they listen to people because there's a lot of people that were like saying, hey, um, we got to move this to a bigger place. I mean, there were times in the dealer's room where it's shoulder to shoulder, packed like sardines, and I'm just thinking, if a fire breaks out, something bad will happen. Like this will lead to people getting trampled. Like it was very much a fire hazard at times. I really wish that they would have moved it somewhere else, especially with all the little kids around. I got worried about the whole crowd crushing thing kind of happening. But oh, dude, that's the guy that made the Hedora drawing. It's right there. It's on my wall. It's gonna be in the background of all my videos. This is my live streaming setup, but the camera that's actually right up there, you can see that much easier. I want to have a whole wall of art and whatnot, but I want yours to be visible because it's my favorite thing in the world, dude. Thank you so much again. Seriously, Nartdog7421, absolute legend right there in chat. Um, but yeah, the dealer's room was crazy crowded. So I really hope they move it to that convention center next to the Hyatt. That would be ideal. Absolutely. Yeah, otherwise, I mean, I really want to host a panel next year. That's kind of a bucket list thing. That'd be something that'd be really neat to see. Yeah, I have a fan made Godzilla comic in your room. Forgot to bring it. Right. I'm honestly I've gotten a lot of DMs from people saying that they wanted to send me stuff. I'm thinking about opening up a PO. I don't know what goes into that. I'd have to have it be a bit far away from where I actually live so that there's no you guys can't like triangulate where I live. I don't know. But um I'm considering opening up a PO box. I don't know if that'd be anything that you guys would be interested in, but I know that Goji guy has one. I know a lot of people in this kind of space have one, so be interesting to see. But I know that Zeth and I have talked about doing a panel on what we don't know yet. One idea that I had would be Let's Argue Live, and I would bring back Let's Argue and actually have that as a show again on my channel. But it would be where people would come up with a mic, we'd give them the microphone, and we would say, like, okay, what's your hot take? And we would have like a voting system, maybe where almost like a Kahoot kind of thing, where people would downvote the person or upvote, make it more like kind of a game show than anything, where they'd try to, not really give the hottest take, but give an honest take and see what people think. I don't know. Let's Argue Live is one that I really want to do and just kind of host it like it's a game show. That would just be really fun. Or we do Let's Argue. Someone comes up, gives their hot take, and then we have someone who disagrees, and then they come up and we have like a little friendly debate. I think that would be a really cool panel to do. Um, I don't know. Rick the Squirrel in chat. It was good to see you there. Wish I saw you again. I saw you ran into Donnie. Hope to talk in PM about the future. Right on, dude. Yeah, it was great to meet you. Again, I ran into you last year as well, I believe. You were getting the Scar King and Shimo box set thing. It's an honor seeing you in person, man. Really happy to see you. Thanks, Frederick, man. It was great to see you too. Damn, I hate that I missed you. I was kind of looking for you to have a conversation about your low opinion of Godzilla versus the Sea Monster, but hey, there's always next year for our Come to Jesus convo. Hey, that Come to Jesus convo ain't happening. I'm locked into that opinion. I am close minded. um, no, I'm kidding. It would have been great to meet you though, for real. But yeah, for sure. Working on your own G Fantas suit right now. That's cool. I love the cosplay stuff. This year was really great for cosplay. I saw there was the Mega Gearus suit. That was awesome. Zeth got a picture with them. Zeth got a couple pictures. He got one with a Mothra cosplayer. We did a little YouTube short out of that. John met the guy that was dressed up like the Green Ranger. That was really cool. So yeah, really awesome cosplay this year though. I saw someone dressed up like one of the mutants from Godzilla Final Wars. That was cool. There was a guy dressed up like Don Fry's character, Captain Gordon from Final Wars. There was a lot of great stuff, honestly. So Zeth in chat, how you doing, man? Yeah, it was really funny. Just seeing Zeth in person. I'm so used to seeing him in like a Discord video call or in my Instagram DM sending me reels. So it was funny actually just seeing him as a person. So I don't know, but overall, it was a really good convention. I had a lot of fun, if I'm being honest. It was just fun. I don't know. I know I keep using that word, but I'm just being honest. Like I was honestly expecting it to be a little bit of a chore, just because I hadn't been there for the whole weekend, and usually I can kind of cover everything that I want to cover in one day. I go every Sunday, and so I would see the artist alley, I'd see the model room, and then I would see the dealer's room, maybe the autograph room. But for the most part, it was just, I was able to kind of take my time, hang out, talk to people, and that made it worth it, honestly. It was more than just going to places, buying some things, maybe seeing a panel, and then that was it. When will the Millennium Godzilla retrospective come out? Very good question. I'm not going to pull it up on screen, but I have it in my second monitor, which, by the way, I now have a second monitor, which is really cool. If you guys have seen my old live streams, I only had one monitor at the time. So I would like just pull up my upload schedule on screen and answer chat questions. So let me pull it up here and I'll give you that answer. So I really want to get my Supergirl review out tomorrow. I don't know if that'll happen. There's still a lot more editing to do on that. But to answer your question specifically, um, I believe September 4th is when I have the first one scheduled. I have Godzilla 2000. I had Godzilla versus Megaguirus and GMK. Those all have the behind the scenes portion, the plot summary portion, and the analysis portion all written. I just have to flesh out the review parts. Those are really the two that I'm kind of lacking, and I just got to actually write that part still. But everything else is kind of good to go. And once I have the review stuff ready, I'm going to film it immediately, get that edited, and then I'll have it available to channel members. I don't want to give a firm, oh, yeah, this day it'll be ready for channel members, but I want it sooner rather than later since I know that that's a big draw for the channel membership. Something else I want to talk about too with channel memberships, the custom video tier. So if you want me to talk about something in any of my videos, it's $50. I gotta check. But essentially, I don't really promote this, and I maybe should because it's kind of cool. I know that a lot of people have been requesting me to talk about things, and let's see here. So memberships, I should probably know my own tiers. So the custom video tier is a new thing that we have where essentially, if you want me to make a video on any topic, you pay $50 and I will make the video. And so I know that Infinity Daniel, I believe his name was, he requested one on modern reboots, specifically the name make concept. And so I talked a bit about the Ice Cube War of the Worlds movie, and he just kind of gave me like a bit of a layout of like what he was looking for. I will say this, I don't like you're not writing the script, I write the script. It's more just you tell me the video idea, I make the video idea. It's guaranteed that I make the video, and then that's delivered. It's public, so everyone will see the video unless you want it to just be a private kind of one-on-one thing. Personally, I like it if it's public. I think most of the time it's been public. um However, something cool is I just want to make that clear, by the way. You need to reach out to me, and in the email. So go to my YouTube account, and you'll see in my About section, it's view email address. It's info.firewoodmedia@gmail.com. The old email, cm.firewoodmedia, doesn't work anymore. So it's info.firewoodmedia@gmail.com. Reach out to me there for business inquiries, or if, like I said, you do the custom video tier and you want to give me the directions on where you want me to take this video of yours. So, but to answer your question, in a very long-winded way. I'm so sorry, Epic Toy Stories 5048. September 4th is when the first retrospective Godzilla 2000 is coming out, and then I'd like to make it a weekly thing. So we've got every Friday one's coming out. The Kiryu movies I'm going to combine into one video since the script has been me sort of going, oh, in Tokyo SOS this happens, but in Godzilla against Mechagodzilla this happens, and it just turned into an issue where I'm like, it's going to be confusing to post them in different things. So that's going to be one video. And then through all of October, I'm covering the Universal Monster movies. And then I'll wrap up with Final Wars in late October. I'll post the whole retrospective supercut thing in November. And then that'll be all wrapped up there. So that's the long-winded answer. I apologize. September through November is when that'll be on, and then I'll be posting consistently the -1 retrospective, the review of -0, and then we'll be going into Shin Godzilla later in 2027, and then the Netflix anime trilogy, New Empire, covering those leading up to Supernova. So that's sort of the upload schedule where things are going to be going from there. Let's see here. It was really fun for my first time there. Had one hell of a time meeting people, talking to a lot of people who I only really know online, which is nice. Yeah, totally. It's nice for me to kind of put a face to a name. That's really how I like to function. I like to kind of have a face there so I know what the person looks like. So in a lot of cases, that was really great. This was my first ever Gfest. I went and it was really fun. I'm glad I met one of my favorite Godzilla movie YouTubers. I'll definitely come back next year. Right on, dude. I'm glad you had a great convention. It was awesome. My brother drew that Hedora in the back. It was cool to meet you. First G Fest, and definitely going to go next year. Hoping there are more panels I want to go to next year, though. Yeah, like I said, I'd love to do a panel next year. Let's Argue Live would be kind of the big thing that I'd really want to do. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, fan art back there. Someone gave me that. Made my whole weekend, dude. Seriously. Thoughts on the new screenshots on the Godzilla Destroy Monsters Melee remastered? It's looking pretty cool. I'm excited. What would you recommend anyone who's going to G-Fest for the first time? Bring a backpack if you're going to the dealer's room. Backpack, bring a Kleenex if you get like a runny nose, and hand sanitizer. Those are the three you should have, or the two things you should have in that backpack. And then also use that backpack for if you buy something, put the toys, whatever you buy, in that backpack. Sunday is the best day to really get something big. Like I said, my X Plus Godzilla 1984 figure. This one I picked up today, Sunday, because that's when you get the best deals. So, highly recommend you get stuff on Sunday if it's a bigger item, unless it's something kind of rare. I'm not gonna lie, I was kicking myself. There was a Ava Unit 1 colored Mechagodzilla figure for $500, and I was kind of like, oh, do I do it? And it was sold almost immediately. So, I don't know. But I would say bring a backpack for stuff. That's the best way to go about it. You know it's safe in there. I know a lot of people love the plastic bags. Birdman, I know you said you love the dollar store gift bags, but I say a backpack. Get a sturdy one, you'll be set. Let's see here. 2025 was your first G Fest, by the way. That's awesome, man. Need more Let's Argue. I want to do more Let's Argue videos. I actually, when I posted the initial post from like forever ago, I mean, I don't even remember when I posted that, but I was like, Let's Argue is back. I posted that. Oh, shoot. Let me see. God, this was forever ago. Maybe I took it down. Oh, no, here it is. 9 months ago, I was like, Let's Argue is back. And then I filmed it, and then I never edited it, and I don't have any intention on posting that. It just wasn't that good. So I might take the posts from 9 months ago. I'll reshare this and say, hey, we're still going to do this, and then film that video soon. We'll see. But yeah, new Let's Argues. I'd love to get those out pretty soon. Let's see. I got the okay. I've been selling most of my Monster Arts figures. I only own 5 now. I did move into a new house. That's been sort of the reason why June. I think I uploaded like 2 videos, and that was it. And one of them was a podcast that Zeph had filmed or that he had edited. So that was great. Will I watch Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse when it comes out? No, I'm not a big Spider-Verse fan if I'm being honest with you. The movies I'm sure are fine. I get like motion sickness from that stuttery animation. It just hurts my eyes. I can't really describe it. So, I'm not a fan of the animation. It's difficult for me to watch it. So, I'm sure they're good. They're just not really my thing. You got the X Plus Anguirus, and it was so sick, but it convinced you to go buy Godzilla to go with them. Yep, that's many such cases. Sunday was the day to buy them, as you're able to get them lower the prices. That's what I'm saying. Sunday is the best time to get the bigger items, the more expensive items, because it's the last day. They want to get rid of their stock, and so you're able to kind of barter, negotiate. That's what I recommend, man. Get stuff on Sunday for sure. Yeah, bring in a backpack. I have a Monster X Monster Arts figure. It's so fragile. That's the only thing that I'm kind of iffy on with those Monster Arts figures is that they're just so fragile. I'm worried about breaking them. In fact, I think I have him covered in bubble wrap at the minute. He's somewhere behind me, but yeah, that was the Monster X one. I don't have any intentions of getting any more Monster Arts figures. I'm just so worried about like dropping them or they fall off a shelf and they break. I don't know. Yeah, I'm sure that the Spider Verse movies are good. It's not a diss at the animation. To me there's something about I saw the first one in theaters and I got so dizzy. I can't describe. Maybe it's like a vertigo thing with my head. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm not like epileptic, but there's just something about the stuttery animation. What happened to my old house? I don't live there anymore. That's basically it. So yeah, this is just a nice office that I have. It was originally the living room, actually. It's the biggest room in the house. And then I also have a secondary filming room upstairs. And for my Universal Monsters retrospectives, I'm going to have a whole set, kind of like Svengoolie, for that entire thing. It's going to look so cool, you guys. And then across from that one, I have a studio setup for my music. It's this house. The best way I can describe this entire house is it's like a dream factory, right? It's just amazing what I can do here. I've gotten so many videos written. I've got so much stuff that I want to make now. Before, obviously, I had a really strong content output where I was putting stuff out nonstop, but this is just like, wow, anything is possible. I've got a short film in the works. There's nothing wrong with my old house. I just moved out. That's all it really was. I was living with my parents pretty much. For those that don't know, I'm 23 years old. So, I lived with my parents my whole life, living on my own now. A lot of that is thanks to YouTube, actually. So, thank you guys. Will I watch Minus Zero? And I did see the new Empire, but I'm assuming you're talking about Supernova. And I will for sure. Opening weekend, review them on the channel immediately. I know that with Minus One, when that came out, I made that a members only thing. But I know that when Minus Zero comes out and then Supernova, I'll cover them immediately, talk about it on the channel. So don't worry, I'm not going to paywall that. No, I was thinking about maybe doing a spoiler discussion and having that be paywalled. I think it's better if I just have it all as one big video. I don't know. There is a new series that I'm currently developing for this channel. John, who was with me at Gfest, he's the guy with the beard. He's the drummer in my band. He is kind of a newbie with Godzilla. He saw GMK for the very first time and he adored it. And so we're going to start a new series where it's commentary tracks. If you've ever seen the channel, pretty much it's kind of like that, where we're watching Godzilla movies, kind of going in order pretty much. And him and I are sort of riff tracking over it, but it's more, he's the funny one, and I'm being very straightforward like I usually am. And the gist is I'm the matter of fact guy. So when he has a question about something, I can be like, oh, that's why this is happening. Oh, here's a factoid. And then for John, he's going to be able to kind of be funny, react to it. He's a very funny person, very chaotic person. So I think you guys are going to really enjoy that. I know that we are probably going to start with Gojira or King of the Monsters, the 1956 King of the Monsters. So we'll see what happens there. But I'm very, very antsy to get some stuff there because it's going to be very comedic. John's a very funny person, and I think we're going to bounce off each other very, very well. You're going to see that too in the vlog. So we'll have a lot of commentary tracks out. And the way that's going to function is the supercut of the commentary track with the video synced up and some funny edits, Adam and Pals style. That's going to be up on the channel for everyone to see. But the full commentary track of us just watching stuff, watching the movie, is going to be up on the YouTube channel members only. That's going to be paywalled. There won't be any visuals to it, but I will kind of have like a thing at the start telling you how to sync it, and then you can kind of just watch the movie with us as the commentary. So I don't know. That might be a cool series that we do. Um, Maybe it's only going to be a couple episodes. I don't know. I really want to show him Final Wars. That's the thing, though. We started it the other night, and we ended up turning it off because he was just like, I don't know what's happening. And I realized, I'm like, this is better if we save this for the channel. I'll read chat right now. I have seen Adventure Time. Um, it's not my favorite Cartoon Network show. I love Regular Show. That's my all-time favorite. Regular Show, Clarence, and Mad TV like made my entire childhood. It was so good. I have seen some episodes of Adventures with Superman. I haven't seen X-Men '97. Um, but yeah, otherwise, you want to attend Gfest, but you're from the Philippines. Shout out the Philippines, man. I was looking at my channel demographics and, everything in that, like the geography of who watches my stuff and from where. I, for some reason, have a very big audience in the Philippines. That is awesome. And the reason why I say that's awesome, besides the Philippines being a cool country, is that my younger brother was adopted from the Philippines. And so for me, we've got family there and whatnot. I mean, like, it's really, really awesome. So shout out the Philippines, man. Yeah. Otherwise, I don't know. It's just pretty cool. It's pretty cool seeing all the like the geography and whatnot of where everything is, and you know, I I don't know. It's crazy that I can make videos in Wisconsin, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, people in France are watching my stuff. People in Cambodia are watching my stuff. I don't know. Regular Show is one badass TV show, man. I haven't seen the revival yet. I know that the animation is kind of whack. I saw one clip where it was like, you know, I don't know. It looked like a PNG sliding across the screen of Muscle Man. It looked kind of lacking. But yeah, no. Shout out the Philippines. -1 was a cinematic experience. All aspects of that film were outstanding. Legendary should have stopped after King of the Monsters. The last two MonsterVerse films were video games, basically. I disagree. I love -1, but the MonsterVerse has its place. I dig it. After -0 comes out, what do you think will be the next Toho Godzilla movie? I hope they just kind of keep them standalone. I know that they've talked about doing Godzilla World as a cinematic universe type deal, but I don't know. It might be nice to see some monster battles. It's been a while since there's been a Toho monster battle, so we'll see there. But in my ideal world, we kind of just go in the Heisei direction where we start. Maybe you carry on the -1 design, but I love Yamazaki. If he doesn't want to make any more movies, I know he said he doesn't want to make this a trilogy. He just wants to do 2 movies, kind of go from there. But I'd like to see something where it is just a continual story and there's monsters for him to fight, and it just kind of continues, as opposed to this Shin Godzilla and then we'll reboot it, and then -1 and then we're going to reboot it. I don't know. Let's see. Did I feel G-Fest was overly crowded? Yeah, I really want them to move to a different convention center for next year. That's something I talked about earlier in the stream, but absolutely. Am I going to make a video on the legal cases and lawsuits that came from Toku Media? I don't know if I'm someone who's intelligent enough to do that. I don't really know law. Um, some background, I guess, on me is that I originally in college I was a film studies major, and so I loved film history. I was going to minor in history, and then I kind of changed around and I became a communications major with an emphasis in electronic media, and then I minored in human resources. That was more of a safety net for my career in the real world. So, what I'm getting at is for my retrospectives, they have a historical background, and I spend a lot of time on the history of it and analyzing it, because that's sort of the history minor side of my college degree that I didn't really whatever. And then the other side is the film studies, the thematic analysis. And so it kind of combines my two big passions into one thing. And I think that's maybe why they work so well. But legal cases is just so far outside of the realm of what I'm able to do. The research would be something I'm just not sure if I could actually successfully do. I mean, I mess up a lot of research stuff in my videos, and I don't consider myself to be an expert, but I don't know, man. It's legal cases would be very difficult for me to try to pull off in a video since I'd be kind of, if I'm being honest, talking out of my ass. I prefer to be very well versed in the topic, and doing a legal video on tokusatsu stuff just wouldn't be right for my channel. Let's see here. What is my favorite Godzilla kaiju? Oh, right there. Oh, shoot. Right there. Hedorah. Love Hedorah. I have so many Hedorah figures on that shelf. Jeez, this is throwing me off, man. On that shelf, I have so many Hedorah figures. I've got a box full of them right there, so I got to unpack still, but love Hedorah. Favorite Godzilla kaiju. The dealer's room got very crowded, especially the back wall area. Yeah, dude, it was bad, man. It was really crowded. I mean, it was shoulder to shoulder, like you're just packed into like sardines. Not fun. Saturday was pretty rough, but Friday and Sunday were fine. I don't know. Howdy from Texas. Shout out Texas, man. 9 more Sundays until Bengals football. Let's go, dude. Bengals football. My God. I am yearning to see Joe Burrow throw some darts again. It's been a minute. Um, Especially now that I got my own place. Like, I'm just going to deck out the living room in Bengals paraphernalia, whatever the word is. I want to have nothing but Bengals stuff all in my living room as soon as I get that all set up. I am so hyped for football season this year. I mean, in case that wasn't abundantly clear already. Um, love, 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 love the Bengals, man. Who Dey. Let's see. The legendary movies are equivalent to the Showa versus movies, and the Yamazakis are the more grounded ones. I agree. I don't mind them operating at the same time. I think it's, if anything, it's a plus. I think the more Godzilla, the better. I don't have any issue with that whatsoever. Does JD Lee's still run Gfest? I'm an older fan and sub to GFan back starting at issue 1 in the mid '90s. Wow, you've been around for a while. You're a vet here with Gfest. Mechagodzilla '74 when it was released as Godzilla versus the Cosmic Monster when you were a kid. That's so cool. My friend John, who was with me, he bought a Cosmic Monster shirt where it was like the famous monsters one, and it says Godzilla versus the Cosmic Monster on it. So cool. To answer your question, I don't know who still runs G Fest. I know there was some controversy a while back with JD Lee's. I don't know. I'm not going to speak on anything. I don't know what the hell's going on with who's running it. I know it was kind of like a political thing, but regardless, um, all I know is that they desperately need to move to that convention center next to the Hyatt. Try to book that out for next year because this was packed. Yeah, it was rough. So otherwise, man, I think that's going to be kind of where I close it out here, just because it's almost 10 o'clock. I got work in the morning. I'm pretty tired. It's been a very long weekend for me. But I will say this, though, before I kind of close things off here. I want to try and put out one piece of content every single day for the rest of the year. So, what does that mean? Either a short, a long form video, or a live stream. I really want to be more active on YouTube in general. Now that I've got kind of a nice workflow set up, I think that's definitely possible. So, took a bit of a break in June with the move, and so I'm still unpacking everything. But suffice to say, thank you all so much for the support. My God, I'm excited for you all to see the G Fest vlog when that is finally finished and ready to go, because it is so cool. It was so awesome meeting fans, meeting subscribers. A lot of that was filmed, so it's going to be all on camera. It's going to be great. But yeah, let's see. Epic Toy Stories 5048 says you got up at 2 a.m. for the dealer's room line and you saw people sleeping on the ground in front of you. That's crazy, dude. I had no clue. Okay, on Sunday morning, I was at the breakfast buffet. Not a humble brag. This is really sad, actually. I had 17 pancakes at the buffet. It was really sad. I was just a lonely fat guy eating pancakes by myself. But long story short, I noticed that there was no line for the dealer's room at 5 a.m. That was Sunday, though. I'm sure Saturday and Friday were an entirely different beast. The line did move pretty fast, though, for the dealer's room. You wait a little bit, wait like an hour, and then you hop in line. You were in there within 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes. I don't know. Anyways, Gfest vlog is coming out this week. It is so good. I'm so excited for you guys all to see it. I am dead tired, in case you couldn't tell by my eyes. I can barely keep them open. I am going to get some sleep. My God, what a great weekend. Thank you, everybody, for making it so special. I'm Cole McCormick. You're watching Firewood Media, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out.
In fright, like a shockwave, it's fight or flight. The town that dreaded sundown, you can run, you can't hide. The town that